All right, you're gonna head over to the bar, get ready for a lower body warm-up. You're not gonna grip this bar too tight, but you do wanna hold on to it enough that you're gonna stretch those lats and shoulders a little bit. Push through the heels and squeeze that butte at the top of every single rep. Go down as low as you're comfortable, but stay away from any knee pain. Just a couple more reps here, and then you're gonna get ready to do a basic upper body pull to warm up your shoulders and your forearms. You can notice my grip, how I turn it down facing and then neutral as I pull it right into my rib cage. Inhale when it's away from you and exhale as you pull it towards you. All right, now you're going to transition to a seated overhead dumbbell press. Make sure that your back is completely aligned against that pad. You shouldn't even be able to let an ant march behind your lumbar. Try to touch the ceiling with those dumbbells. Push through the lats and shoulders. Exhale every time you press up. Inhale on the down. Now you're going to go back to the cable machine and take a bench or a seat with you. You're going to do a seated pull down. If you notice, my palms stay away or down. I want you to pull through your elbows and your shoulders. Don't pull with your forearms, right? We don't want to make this a forearm exercise. We want to use our shoulders and our lats. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now you're going to pull it to a neutral grip. You're still pulling it right into the top of the rib cage. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Make sure you keep that back pressed against that bench. Really drive that core all the way through the pad behind you. Now you're going to stand up and you're going to do a cable rotation. You're going to go in a diagonal motion. Rotation is one of the basic movement patterns. You're going to put that hand through there, but you're not going to grip the cable. The left side of your body is doing the work. Right? So keep in mind that right hand is not gripping that handle. Footwork matters too. Think of this as a little bit of a dance. A couple more reps here, and then you're going to switch directions. Same rules apply. You've got to go from low to high. You're going to put that left hand through, but you're not going to grip that handle. So now the right side of the body does all the work. Okay, eyes are at the horizon. Make sure that your footwork is in step, pun intended. I want you to rotate with the left side of your body. Do not make this an arm exercise. This is a core exercise. Now we went from low to high, so now you're going to have to go from high to low. You're truly doing the opposite movement. Same rules apply with that hand that is pushed through the opening in the handle. Now you're pulling with the left side of your core. Left side is doing all the work. A couple more reps here, and you're going to switch directions. Take a breather if you need it. You can pause it here if you need it. Okay, that left hand is going to go through that handle. Now you're pulling with the right side of the core. You should feel this from your lats right underneath your shoulder, right underneath your armpit, all the way down to right above your hip. Inhale at the top, exhale as you pull. Inhale, exhale. Now you're going to switch out the grip to a rope grip. You can pause here if you need to. Keep that arm of the machine in the highest position. That's going to ensure that you get a nice range of motion on your pull down. Focusing on the triceps. I'm going to show you a lot of different angles here. Main thing to keep in mind is keep your arms tight up against your body. Keep that pelvis tucked forward to protect your lumbar. Everything's nice and straight from your neck through your shoulder blades, through your hips. That elbow is the only joint that moves. Shoulders don't move. Eyes are at the horizon. When you get to the bottom of each rep, really flex that tricep. Don't let your arms come away from that range of motion, right? Elbow joint is the only joint that moves. At the bottom of that rep, really flex right there. Eyes are forward. We're going to add a little bit more weight so we can really build that strength. Notice how I'm pulling that rope apart. That really forces the tricep to do the bulk of the strength gain there. Big exhale every time you pull down. Inhale every time you're going up. Inhale, exhale. Really squeeze it every single rep. Okay, now you're going to lower that support arm all the way down to its lowest angle, and now you're going to do bicep curls up. So we went from high to low, now we're going to go from low to high. Same rules apply. You're going to keep those elbows in nice and tight. You're going to inhale, pull those shoulder blades back. You want to act like you're breaking a walnut between your shoulder blades. Keep that pelvis safe, tucked forward, a little bit of Elvis action there. Eyes are forward. Again, elbow joint is the only joint that moves. Shoulder stays still. That's why we pin them backwards, because we don't want the shoulder to do any of the work. We're really zeroing in on the bicep being the prime mover. Should feel a little bit of burn in that tricep too, because you just did your tricep pull downs, and your tricep is the stabilizer on this bicep curl. So the triceps are still working to control that down motion right there. Biceps control the up, triceps control the down. Now you're going to stay there at the cable machine and grab the two handles, and then you're going to move to the floor. We're going to work on another basic movement pattern, which is the hinge. What's going to be really important here is to try to press your legs fully into the floor and let the weight of the cable machine do the hinge. I don't want you pulling this with your arms at all. Just let the weight stretch your hamstrings. Now if your back is feeling okay, you can move to a standing cable hinge. You feel any tweaks at all doing these in a standing position, just stop. Again, the weight of what is on that machine is what's going to stretch those hamstrings out. You should not be moving your shoulders at all, just hinging at the waist. Press your heels through the floor and really feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Try to keep your neck as neutral as possible. Don't cock it up, and don't look down at your belly button. Keep your neck nice and straight. Now you're going to go back to a seat and grab some dumbbells. This next exercise is going to be the seated overhead press. If you would feel more secure to have a firm backing, go ahead and make sure you do these on a bench. But you'll see why I wanted to do these on a free seat, because I'm going to transition from this overhead press to a squat to overhead press. And that'll be easier to have no back on your seat. Take a rest after this set. You can push pause here and rest for 30 seconds. We're just going to tap this seat right back to the overhead press. I really want you to get long here. I want you to get long, push through the ceiling, through your lats. And I also want you to push through the floor with your heels. You're trying to get your body as long as you can get it with this exercise. Push, 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 and then push your heels through the floor at the same time. Exhale on that push. Inhale on the down. Exhale on the push. Now we're going to move to the seated leg extension. Make sure that back is all the way against that pad. You're not going to hold on to the handles. You're just going to cross your arms in front, or you can do what's called a false grip behind you, where you put your hands on the side of your head. Full extension. Pull your toes towards your hips. Back stays nice and firm against that pad. Toes come towards your hips and knees every time you extend. I keep pushing and overemphasizing that back. You don't want any space behind you there. You should get a nice core benefit from really pushing that lumbar into that seat back. All right, last set of exercises. You're going to transition to the floor with a mat and a physio ball. And since you just did your quads on that extension, you need to work your hamstrings. Fingertips only on the floor. Don't let your arms touch the floor. Now, you notice that my back is fully in contact with the floor. I want you to pull that ball with your hamstrings, not with your feet. Pull it with your hamstrings and push it back out with your hamstrings. Don't make this an exercise where you're using your shoes or your feet. You have to mentally think, pull and push with my hamstrings. I'm really going to grab it. I'm trying to pop that ball. And I'm crunching up. I keep constant tension on that ball. Crunching up to get a little bit of ab work right at the end here. You see my range of motion is pretty short. Thank you so much for watching.